All right, so this is where we last left off. We just finished entering in our perpetual inventory for the regular and supreme coffee. We had an instance where we had to pay the coffee and the shipping separately, okay? But they, at the overall end of the day, they are all going to go into inventory, okay? And we also updated our inventory worksheet. So let's see what is next. So we're now on a new day. We decided to hire Silver State Electrical to do some upgrading for the electrical wiring. Okay. Is that a transaction I need to record?
Yes.
Okay. How would you record the Silver State Electrical?
Accounts payable.
Accounts payable, but do we know how much?
I thought it said that we received the bill.
No, that's the next one. The first one is we just hired Silver State Electrical. The second one is receiving a bill from LV Remodeling. Two completely different companies.
No, we don't.
Okay, no, because all we did was just hire Silver State Electrical. We haven't seen the bill yet, so we don't know what they're going to bill us, and we don't know how much we owe or whether we have to pay right then and there. Okay, so in this case, no transaction there. But we should keep this in mind because Silver State Electrical, right, is to do the electrical wiring for the coffee grinder. Okay, so let's take a look here. We end up receiving another bill from LV Remodeling. Okay, but this time, so we received it on the 13th and it's due on the 17th. Invoice number 1760. And this time, this is for the reinforcement for the foundation for the coffee grinder. Okay, for 1560. Now, how do I record this transaction here? I received a bill, that's for sure. And I'm going to choose to take advantage because there's no way I'm going to be paying $15.60 now. I'm going to choose to pay that later.
Accounts payable.
Accounts payable. Good. Okay. Why did we hire LV Remodeling? Especially for this time around, why did we hire LV Remodeling?
We hired them so we could remodel the new building we just bought.
Does it say that we remodeled the building? Because we already received the bill for that one. What does this bill say?
Reinforcement foundation.
Okay. So we hired them to do some work for the coffee grinder, right? So how would you categorize this work? How would you journalize this piece of work? Is it going to be part of the asset or is it going to be a separate cost to the business?
A separate cost.
Why would it be a separate cost? Is the asset ready to be in service?
No, it's not.
No, it's not, right? Because it needs the foundation to be ready for service, right? So would that be considered a part of the cost of the asset? or would that be a separate business cost that you just paid randomly because you can?
A cost to the asset.
It's a cost of the asset. So where's my asset right now? Where's my coffee grinder? What account did I put it in?
Checking.
No, you did. You definitely didn't put it into checking.
Assets.
What kind of asset and where? Where did I place it? When I received my coffee brewer and coffee grinder, what account did I specify you guys to put it in? Did I tell you to put it directly into their respective accounts? Or did I tell you to put it in a specific account?
Is it miscellaneous?
It is in the miscellaneous expense because right now, that is where my coffee grinder is right now. And I need to calculate all the costs it takes to get their asset ready for service, and then I'll be able to transfer it out from my miscellaneous expense and bring it into the actual appropriate account for it. But right now, my cost of the asset is not completed yet because I have to do foundation work, and I just hired Silver State Electrical to do some electrical wiring for the coffee grinder. So in this case, I'm going to be adding it to my coffee grinder, which is currently right now in the miscellaneous expense account. Because this is going to be considered a part of the cost of the coffee grinder. Okay, so miscellaneous suspense. Okay, which is account 19,990. Okay, for the 1560. Okay. You have everything that you need. So, for instance, who did I receive a bill from? LV Remodeling. What invoice did I receive? Invoice number 1760. Okay. And when is it going to be due in? Well, let's see. If I received it on 13 and it's due on the 17th, how many days do I have to pay for this bill?
17.
How many days between the 13th to the 17th?
4.
4 days. Okay. Good. So let's go ahead and plug that into our ledger. Okay. So we have a miscellaneous suspense account. Okay. All the way down at the bottom of my assets. Okay. Here it is. Today is the 13th. Right? What did we do? We hired for reinforcement of foundation for grinder. Okay. We're still on page 4 here, and we increase the value by 1560. So therefore, by adding 1560 to the cost to my coffee grinder, I'm at right now $3,088.07. Okay. And I paid it. I didn't pay it yet. I owe it on an account. So therefore, I also once again need to increase my accounts payable for invoice number 1760. All right. General Journal, page 4. And what do I owe? I owe additional 1560, which is going to increase your account to $15,676.40. So again, this is so much debt that we're in right now. Okay? And because I owe LV Remodeling more money, I need to also update my subsidiary ledger because it's a bill that I am responsible to pay for. Okay, so let's look up LV remodeling. Here they are. Okay, it's the 13, right? Instead of, so this time this is the reinforcement foundation for grinder. And this is 1760, General Journal 4. My terms was once again net 4. So that means my due date, which we already established, is the 17th. Okay, and I'm billed for 1560. So again, if you end up copying and pasting this exact formula by dragging it down, I owe an additional 1560 plus the original one that I owed for 1890. So right now I owe a grand total of $3,450. And let's take a look, because here we have to keep in mind that the remodeling, the interior design is almost due, right? It's due on the 15th. So right now we're on the 13th. So at least we can keep that in mind, that we are due for a bill payment. Okay. All right. So that's that there. So now all we have left for the coffee grinder is to include this electrical wiring work, and then we would be done with the coffee grinder. Okay. So then let's see what happened next. We also did a contract with Hire Temps, okay, to have a temporary help, which is a temporary help agency, to get some temporary workers. So in this case, we contracted with Hire Temps to find someone to work for me for these dates. Okay, they're going to be working for me from the 17th all the way to the 19th, so 3 days. So 17, 18, and 19. They are scheduled to work a total of 24 hours. So for one temporary worker for 24 hours, which we're going to pay them $15 an hour. Okay, so that means my grand total cost for having a temporary worker is going to cost me a grand total of $360. Right? Here's the contract number, 36515. And when am I subject to pay them? It is due on the 21st. So what do I do with this transaction here?
We go. Oh, oh, okay. We journalize it first, or
Well,
we.
well, I'm just on the journal anyway.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna go to where we have our employees.
Okay, so this isn't an employee. This is just a temporary worker. So they're not going to be on our
So
employees list.
temp.
Go ahead. What do you say?
We have a temp one also, right?
We do have a temporary worker, but not on the subsidiary ledger, no. So let's take a look at that subsidiary ledger so you could see. So here, temporary. So in this case, we only have employees, the circular e-table, commissions, and sales orders. So no temporary worker anywhere on here.
Okay.
So how do I record this transaction?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so let's answer these questions. Okay, I contracted with Hire Temps, right? Now, when does this temporary worker is scheduled to work for me?
The 17th through the 19th.
17 to the 19th. So what's today's date? Today's the 13th, right? Today's the 13th. So that means they haven't even worked yet. Okay? And when am I scheduled to pay them?
The 19th?
What does it say here? Due date.
Oh, due date 21st.
I'm scheduled to pay them on the 21st. So in this case, has a transaction happened?
Not until the 21st now.
Not until the 21st, because right now, first off, this person hasn't even worked for me yet. So therefore, I haven't even created an expense yet. All I did was hire them. However, this is pertinent details for a future expense, right?
Yes.
So, where should I place this information if it's important information?
Notes.
Notes to the financial statements, but in this case, we're going to put them in the subsidiary ledger, right? Who did we contract with?
Higher temps.
Higher temps. So let's look for them. I think I just missed it yet. There you go. Higher temps. Right? Oh, there you go. Right? So, I mean, you could put today's date. So today is the 13th, right, of June. What did you do? Well, we hired one temp worker to work 24 hours, 3 days at $15 an hour. Okay? Invoice number, in this case, we have the contract number. So we have the contract number here for 36515. 36515. Post reference, once again, is General Journal, page 4. Okay? Terms. In this case, we don't really have a term, but we have a due date, right? It is 6/21, right? That's the day that we're going to pay them. For how much? Whatever 3 times 24 times 15 is, which gives you, wait, hold on, let's do that calculation again. 3 days. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, I see what I did wrong. I calculated too much. So there's 3 days, 8-hour shifts, paid $15 an hour, will give you a total of $360. Okay? Now in this case, right now, that's just what my contract says it's going to be. However, what if my temporary worker doesn't show up? Am I subject to pay that $360? No, that's breaching my contract, right? I hired someone to come in, and if they call in sick and no one is able to replace that person, then that's a breach of contract. Okay? That means I don't need to pay this $360. However, right, that doesn't mean I owe it yet because we don't know, right? They're scheduled to come in on the 17, 18, and 19, but that hasn't occurred yet. So what I can do here is just leave it right here at the invoice amount for $360, okay? If you want to, you can go ahead and have it you know, look like this, so then at least you know you owe higher temps $360. But again, for any reason that they breached the contract, then you're gonna have to put in a refund or something like that, okay? But that's what it says here, is that right now you currently owe higher temps $360, but the transaction hasn't occurred yet. So we don't We don't recognize it until they finish and complete their job, and then we pay them. Okay, so in this case, that's why we don't journalize it, because it hasn't happened yet, right? It hasn't happened yet, and we haven't paid them yet. So therefore, that transaction doesn't exist. However, we can record that we owe them money because we signed a contract with them having to have someone, we pay them, but have someone to come out. Okay? All right. All right. Let's see. Do we have time for one more? Okay, let's just go ahead and just do this last one real quick and see what happened here. So, what did we receive? We finally received our commercial refrigerator. So, let's take a look what it says here. Receive bill from restaurant supplies, okay? So this is what it is. It's now we're on the next day, the 14th. We received a commercial refrigerator for that $2,000, right? Or $3,000. So in this case, right here we go. We got terms, 1% 15 net 30. We got a billing number for 002032. Okay. We have all the details in regards to the refrigerator, right? It cost me this much, $2,998. We got taxed for $247, and we had a shipping cost of $250 because a refrigerator is very, very heavy and it's very massive, especially because it's a commercial refrigerator. It's not a typical home refrigerator. It's the big, massive one. Okay? So in this case, right, we received the bill. There's no way we're going to be making a payment for the $3,485. We are going to take advantage of those terms, okay, and not pay now, but pay later. So how do I record this transaction?
Accounts payable.
We're putting it on accounts payable, correct? What did we buy?
A commercial refrigerator.
We bought a refrigerator. Now let's check out my chart of accounts. Do I have that in my list?
Fridge.
I have a refrigerator. I think I misspelled refrigerator. 15. No, wait, there's no. Okay. 15030 for refrigerator. Okay, refrigerator. For 15. You said
030.
030. Okay, refrigerator for 1530. Okay. How much did my refrigerator cost me?
With everything included.
Well, what did I buy? What kind of asset did I buy?
An asset. I'm asking. Do we have to also put the tax and freight on there?
Okay, to answer your question, what kind of asset did you buy?
Kind of a fixed.
You bought a fixed asset, right? What is included in the cost of a fixed asset?
Everything for it to get to the store.
Everything to get to the store, but also to make it ready for service. In this case, all you gotta do is just put in you have the refrigerator, right? You don't really need to put much effort except for you don't have to install it, right? All you do is just plug into the wall and it should work, right? So in this case, how did it get to the store? Well, we were taxed. It got shipped to my store. So in this case, yes, you do need to include all of it. So how much is my total cost for my refrigerator?
3,495 with 34 cents.
Good. Okay. And we have all the information we need in regards to this transaction. So first things first is, who did we receive this from?
Restaurant supplies.
Restaurant supplies. We were billed with an invoice number.
002032.
Okay. What were the terms that were given?
1%, 15, net 30.
Okay. Good. So now let's go ahead and plug everything we need into our ledger, because now we acquired another fixed asset. So go to your assets, click locate your refrigerator. So it should be towards the bottom here. There you go, refrigerator. Today's the 14 now, right? It's up to you what you want to put here. So I could say the price was $2,998 plus the 8.25% tax, which gave me a total of 400. Let's see, 400. So the tax gave me a total of $247.34. 24734. 24734, right? Plus the $200 shipping fee. Okay. Post reference, once again, we're still on page 4. And that is why we increased our refrigerator account by $3,495.34. Okay. And what did we do with this bill? We end up owing it one more time. So therefore, we got to increase our accounts payable, right? With the invoice number 002032. Okay. Still on General Journal, page 4. And we increase our liabilities by $3,495.34. So therefore, right, we jumped from $15,000 to now $19,171.74. Once again, not looking too good here. But that's, again, that is what happens when you start your business off, right? You're probably going to most likely be in so much debt, and you're probably going to most likely have to take a loss during the first couple years of your business, because you had to buy all of these equipments, pay them off first before actually seeing you generate real income. Okay. All right. So now that I have my ledger intact, I need to update my subsidy ledger, because now I owe restaurant supplies more money. Okay, so let's see. Office supplies, restaurant supplies right here. Okay. So you purchased a refrigerator. Now, you didn't finance this, but that's okay because you didn't go into store. But you did end up putting it on your account that you had registered with furniture store. Okay, so purchased refrid refrigerator. Okay. It's up to you because you gotta determine how much it's gonna cost you. So 2,998 plus the 8.25% in case you end up returning because maybe when you plugged it in, all of a sudden the motor broke. Okay, maybe something happened during the shipment or it might be a defective product. We don't know because that's why it's important that we figure that out in case we need to return it. 24734, okay, plus 250 shipping, okay. Invoice number 002032, General Journal 2. And this time we have some terms. We could take a 1% discount if we paid within 15 days. If not, the entire bill is due in 30. So what day do I need to pay to take advantage of the discount? If today is the 14th.
The 29th.
The 29th, okay? If not, when is the bill due? Well, 30 days from now is going to give you July 14th. Okay? For how much? $3,495.34, right? 349534. Yes. Okay? And because you didn't pay for it, you owe it. So therefore, in grand total, you owe restaurant supplies as of today, you owe them $4,144.83. Okay? Okay? So, all right, so that's the journal, that's the ledger, that's the subsidiary ledger. So now I'm going to stop here for today. So then when we continue on, we will go ahead and finish up all of this next week. Okay, on Monday, most likely, it seems like we will finish week 2 by Monday. All right, so I should be posting some materials for you guys to have um, for the week 3. And again, I'm going to be putting the reins on your guys, so you guys are going to be telling me what to do, but I will, of course, guide you along the way, okay?